NBC Sports presents the best of the National Football League, the American Football Conference.
Back in Atlanta, this is Don Criqui with John Brody. We're about ready to tee it up and get after it as the Atlanta Falcons, who won 2 straight games on the road, break onto the field. There are the Broncos as they leave coach Red Miller. Normally the Falcons wear red at home, but they've had good luck in the white on the road, winning their first 2, and so they're going to stay with it. Lehman Bennett is the man who leads the Atlanta Falcons. They believe in this man, and he is the guy, quiet as he is, who fires up this team. They play as aggressively as anybody in the league, I think, John. Special teams played good for Atlanta.
Mentioned already, Norris Weiss is doing the starting. 2 newcomers, Dave Preston and Jim Jensen, the running backs. Rick Upchurch, their big play man out wide. Riley Odom's the mainstay with Haven Moses the same. And this will be the key for Denver because they are a conservative team. They're going to have to rely on these fellas to get them out of holes. Dave Studdard is a fellow that's having a good year all of a sudden. Glassick's doing better than he ever did. They think they've got a stronger offensive line, and that's the reason they'll be a better offensive team.
Atlanta front 4. Jeff Yates, you don't hear much about him, but he's solid at left end. Mike Lewis has come in to start for Wilson Famawina, who went out with a shoulder injury. Edgar Fields also in the starting lineup, and Don Smith, the rookie #1 draft choice from Miami of Florida, is at right end. He's a good pass rusher. Kuykendall, they say he's the best at left linebacker. Pennywell's in the middle, and Greg Brazina on the right side.
I'll tell you, the indicative thing to me is twice they've run to the right over Paul Howard and Claudie Minor, whom they feel are their 2 strongest offensive linemen. They've run over against what they think is the weakest side of the Atlanta defense. Mike Lewis is in there, pretty good against the run. They just blew him out.
The secondary for Atlanta, Rollin Lawrence and Rick Bias are at the corners. Frank Reed and Ray Easterling are the safeties. As the Denver Broncos convert a 3rd and 3rd. Up does Denver from the 31-yard line. Weiss is going to let it rip. He's got a man going deep. Now he's going to run it out. Breaks free and gets yardage, and Norris Weiss gets all the way out to the 40-yard line. And when it seemed he was trapped, that elusiveness you talked about, John, at the outset, demonstrated he gets a first down. 12 after the opening kickoff. Ball just across the Broncos 40. Here is Keyworth, a Colorado fullback, turning wide to the right. And the pursuit, which is highlighted. Atlanta's defensive play is in evidence again. Kuykendall, a UCLA linebacker, 54, come across, made the hit.
He'll throw it somewhere.
3rd down and long. Norris Weiss pumps long. Man is wide out there, and that is Upchurch with the ball, the reception, and a first down for the Broncos.
All right. They do. The cornerbacks who look like you can't even find the man that's covering Upchurch. However, on a safety blitz, Bias has to stay inside.
Preston turns upfield as again the Denver offensive line moves it out. They pull those big guards out, Glassick and Howard. Norris Weiss calls number 14 his own number, and he goes ahead behind his center. Bill Bryan gets the first down. Church is way out to the left, and the Atlanta quarterback showing him respect, playing way off him. Back now, here's the pitch back to Keyworth. Rollin Lawrence, he's not big, but he can hit. Makes the sack on 230-pound John Keyworth. Recall he went to Upchurch long the last time he had this play. Now he's down closer. 3rd and almost 13. No score in the first quarter. Blitz, here it comes. They elude it. And the swing pass is out. Keyworth has the ball, and John Keyworth dives inside the 15-yard line. And again, the Broncos convert 3rd down. They get a first down. On 2nd and 6, Preston. Oh, Weiss calls his own number, and now Weiss takes it into the end zone. Great football play. The whole Atlanta defense went with Preston. And Norris Weiss shows a new twist and takes it right on in.
And the important thing is that the pursuit went toward Preston.
6:59 left to play in the first period. It is the Denver Broncos 7 and the Atlanta Falcons nothing.
I think right now it's critical. Steve Bartkowski has got to get the ball moving. There's 6:51 left. They haven't even had possession. Tight end in the NFL for several years. He's not being used as much as he has been in the past. However, he is still a good one.
Last Monday night, they went against Stan Walters, tackle for Philadelphia.
In that offensive line, Jeff Van Note has more experience than the rest of the offensive line put together. This is Pat Howell's first start.
Down in 6 now. They might be looking at Bryson Manor. Here they go on the draw play. Again, and he is out to the 39-yard line.
Give the offense a chance to warm up. They didn't get their hands on it for 8 minutes. When people wonder why Bill Andrews is rather exciting, this is a pretty good indicator. He's past the line of scrimmage before anybody even sees him.
He really accelerates to the hole.
Not a very big one either. Not a very big hole. He made the proper move at the right time, and they've got a first down and moving.
Punish tacklers. There's the defensive line. Latimer in the middle guard position, replacing injured Reuben Carter. Barney Chavis, a veteran and reliable at left end. Bryson Manor, the guy who replaced Lyle Alzado, the right end. And there's some good linebackers. The best 53 Gradishar consensus All-Pro. In fact, was named NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 3 polls. And right now, the Broncos are all there. Latimer wants a little bit more of William Andrews and the Blue allows. Just short of their 44-yard line. Bartkowski got the strong arm. Let's a rip. First down. Wallace Francis moves inside the 40. Well-thrown ball. The secondary for the Broncos, Louis Wright. Consensus All-Pro at the left corner. Steve Foley gets a lot of work because Wright's so good at the right corner. Thompson and Jackson in the deep. They've all been very pleasant surprises, particularly Andrews. They thought he was a blocker until they gave him the ball. Bartkowski guns it. It's another completion to Wallace Francis. He's inside the 20 and not done yet as Wallace Francis is down to the 6-yard line. So Steve Bartkowski displaying the form that made him the #1 draft choice in the entire NFL in 1975.
And another impressive thing, if we get a chance to see it, Bill Andrews was down by the goal line throwing a block for Francis after he had run with it some. Coming out of the other side of your picture, there he is. There's Andrews. When you come back and start helping your teammates like that, all you...
At quarterback, Bartkowski looks into the end zone. He's got the rifle arm, and he's got a man open for it. Jenkins lost the ball, but there's a penalty marker down.
Doing all he could. He had his attention on who he was guarding. The ball was in the air, and I think a little contact took place.
From the Denver end zone. Second down and goal. Bubba Bean, he's not going to get there. Jackson comes up from the free safety, makes a big defensive play for Denver. Now it is 3rd and goal. Falcons want a TD, and Bartkowski throws, and he's got the touchdown. Into the end zone for the score, William Andrews.
It looked like an easy completion. Bartkowski made a good play to get rid of it. He can play as a receiver. They found out very well. He only caught 3 balls, I think, in 2 years as a receiver down at Auburn. However, this ball he has to come back for. He's trying to get himself in the end zone. That is not just another play. Last week we saw the Raiders keep from scoring because their back couldn't handle it. He handles it. They brought the ball game into a knot.
Well, something we are tied up. The Atlanta Falcons driving down the field. A payoff throw. Bartkowski to William Andrews will be back in a moment. Zone. Preston slides out. Up from the corner to make the tackle is Rollin Lawrence. You have to admire those cornerbacks. They're not big. They've got to come in and hit somebody.
This is a running back's dogma. I think he hurt his knee a bit. He's grabbing hold of it. That's Dave Preston.
On the road. No studio work there.
That's a long way on the road.
It is now 2nd down and 5. Broncos come back with a counter play. The run doesn't get too much. They take it across the 35-yard line. 1st down and 10 now for the Broncos. Game is tied 7-7. We're in the 2nd quarter. It's become a bit overcast. Winds died down somewhat. Norris Weiss is looking for the home run ball. Haven Moses has been around a long time, but he can still run and he can still catch, and he has the football down at the 10-yard line of Atlanta.
Moses is double covered, but Pridemore coming back on the inside really looks like he's in excellent position to make the play, but he let Moses go too far. Now he's got to turn his back to the ball. Lawrence and Pridemore are not anywhere near in the position Moses is. He comes up with an easy reception. It looks tough, but it really wasn't a very hard catch. Well thrown ball by Weiss.
Haven Moses in his 12th year as a professional, originally drafted by Buffalo. Norris Weiss is looking at his tight end. He's going to go again, and it's almost picked off.
That was 6 points. There are some plays that look like they're going to be 6 points, but Frank Reed was in a position, if he just holds on to the ball, there is no one.
So now Jim Turner will try to break the 7-7 tie with a field goal. Pumps into it. Let's see, looks like he's got it. The signal is good. So Jim Turner, a veteran of 16 National Football League seasons, hits a field goal that breaks the tie. And the Denver Broncos go out in front 10-7. Right now we have a 2nd down and 7 coming up. Bartkowski takes a look long, swings it out. Oh, the big guy almost had it. Chavis had his hands on the ball.
Be agile enough. I'll just throw it a little bit over the top of him. He can't handle that. Look at that move. Makes a beautiful move, spinning to the left. Couldn't quite find him. Finally got out of balance, but he did stop that play from going for quite a few yards.
Blitz is coming. Bartkowski stands in, throws hard, and again Wallace Francis catches the ball for a first down. What a pair of hands. He's a cruiser. This is All-American at USC last year, starting at right guard. Bartkowski looks over the middle, and Jensen again makes a big reception. Did that one with one hand and gets the ball out to midfield for a gain of 8.
When you look at a great back, you look at so many different features. I've seen William Andrews do 2 things today that indicate to me he has it all.
New England now leads Cincinnati 7-0. Grogan through to Stanley Morgan. Here comes William Andrews. He runs hard. And the Broncos, they have the big hitters, the thunderous hitters.
But not big enough, Donnie. I do believe they picked up the first down.
Now it is 1st and 10 for the Falcons. They trail in the game 10-7, 7:47 to play in the half. A penalty marker is thrown into the line of scrimmage as Andrews, with good acceleration, cuts back against the grain.
Holding number 57, offense.
Sunday on NBC, and right now Bartkowski stands in and throws out. Andrews catches another one. They've thrown him 3 times, cut them all. This time he got back to penalty yard.
That is so hard to be for a running back to be moving over the middle of the field. There's a lot of cats in that area that are going to see that they can put you to sleep if they can.
Right.
As he puts his attention on the ball, he grabs it, still has control enough to make a move on Gradishar. That doesn't happen very often. Picks up 20.
Here a setup for the defense. Here is the throw, and Alfred Jenkins has the ball. Jenkins came back, took it away from a defender, and then turns downfield to the 30-yard line.
How sweet it is. Bartkowski 7 for 8 against what many people think is the best defense in football. Bartkowski, that he's very self-critical. He's going to have very little to be critical about.
That's been one of his problems. He stays down on himself. If he has a bad game, he lets it affect his next game.
Well, there's an answer to that. Just have good games.
Well, he's been having them.
You bet.
Game that defenses were supposed to control, but the offenses have been the strong suit. Here is Andrews again over the middle. He beats the linebacker every time, and he beat a good one in Gradishar that time, and he gets the ball down inside the 25-yard line, a gain of 8. Coming up, the ball advanced inside the 25-yard line of Denver. 10-7 game, Denver in the orange with the lead. Here is Bubba Bean. He's a dancer. He gets inside the 20 and down to the 17-yard line. Quarter, 4:50 to play in the half. Draw play. They go to William Andrews, and he's knocked down as he bangs off one tackler and gets down to the 12. He got 5.
Scott, and they're all good, and they're all young.
William Andrews fouls Pat Howell straight ahead and drives the ball down inside the 10-yard line, down close to the 9. Give up the second fewest points. Pittsburgh, the toughest team to score against. William Andrews hits back, and the Broncos are there, knock him down, no gain on the play. For Philadelphia, he hit over 81% of his regular season field goals, 13 to 16. He's 3rd best in the NFC. Then he puts it up and good, and we've got another tie score on the board. It's now a 10-10 game with 2:39 left to play in the first half. So Tim Mazzetti, who is holder John James says loves pressure, gets the field goal and not enough. We'll be back in a moment. Built low to the ground, tough to move. Jim Jensen runs the ball and breaks into open field, and the big back from Iowa takes a couple guys with him inside the 40 and down to the 37-yard line. Big gainer by Jim Jensen, who's going to get a lot more playing time now that Preston's gone out.
I'll tell you, very hard infield. Jim Jensen makes an excellent run. We used to play on this. We used to dread coming to Atlanta, having to play before baseball season was over on this infield, and they set him down in a rather hard fashion. As he hits the ground, his head hits. He's taking a pretty good lick. The ball leaves, and I just hope he's all right.
Throws a change up, but Rick Bias, the cornerback covering him, coming back in motion. Swing goes out to Haven Moses. Wide receiver screen. They got blockers in front, and Moses is inside the 30 and steps out of bounds at the 28-yard line. The offense, a lot of diverse quarterback play faking, and now the give goes to Otis Armstrong. He takes a lick as he gets inside the 30. Jeff Yates got him, and Yates is slow getting up. With the ball, 1st and 10, 26-yard line of Atlanta. Weiss in the flat. Man is there. Rick Upchurch. One-on-one. And Rollin Lawrence is going to get a flag if he doesn't hold off.
Look out, Rollin. It's a bit frustrating when you're...
Weiss has time, not very long. There's a free football. Lytle picked it up for the Denver Broncos, but there's a loss on the play. Weiss looks in the flat. Now he's got a run, and the Falcons are there again. Don Smith lost him, but then another Falcon comes up and puts that bazooka shot on him. Don Smith, the rookie end, got him and lost him, and then Kuykendall hit him.
3rd and 12.
Gordonette.
24.
The Falcons might have the ball. They're getting tough now.
I've seen a problem between center and quarterback. Last week, Fouts and Stabler both dropped 2 balls from their center. You can go a year or 2 without having that happen. It happened this time at a very critical time.
The jaw, the KO punch. Here is Bartkowski looking to gun it. His time is a factor now, and there is Wallace Francis as he just takes the defense deep, cuts back. Keep those linebackers in the middle because that's where Andrews has been catching it. Bartkowski looks. He's got to hurry and not going to get there. He eludes one man, gets away from John Grant. And throws it downfield. Here's a penalty marker down.
I don't know what's going on here, but these guys seem to think they can play a whole lot better than they seem to think they could play in the past. And a 10.
It's only 90%. Here we go now as Bartkowski takes a deep drop. He's going to throw the home run ball. They've got that big bend play. He's got a man open. Then it's Pearson, and he's not done. Pearson's down inside the 30, and the Falcons signal for and are allowed a timeout.
Chance. I mean, the man's done everything you could ask of him in a half of football. I wonder the last time anybody completed 10 out of 11 passes against Denver's defense, especially for over 120 yards. He's got about 140 yards in the first half of play. Only 3 possessions. Each team has moved the ball every time they've gotten it. The receivers are running their patterns beautifully. The offensive line is doing their job. It's just a joy to watch.
Well, Bartkowski's had his problems here in Atlanta. Missed 21 of his first 42 games the first 3 seasons because of injuries. Keeps this up, they're going to send him off to Canton one of these years. Set down's good. He kicked that right into somebody's belt buckle, and so the first half will end in a tie.
Hang in there, Mazzetti.
He got the football back, but the half ended.
But that ball was just about waist high. He has not been real effective once you get that ball outside the 40-yard line. That time he did not get it over the center. The score is 10-10 at halftime, and that's the way it ought to be, Don.
Hey, it's been fun. NFL 79 is coming up, and then we'll be back with what should be an excellent second half from Atlanta. Pump fake, and Weiss is going to call his own number. Whoa, he just lateraled the ball out. Put it up for grabs. Russell Erxleben of New Orleans did that the opening week against Atlanta, and that was the football game. Game tied 10-10 in the 3rd quarter. Double reverse, and that one didn't work. Riley Odom's got the ball coming on a tight end around. Colton Kuykendall was there before the ball got to Odom. William Andrews, and shooting the gap, making the big play on defense was Larry Evans. Starting for Tom Jackson, Evans keying on number 31, makes the hit behind the line. John James is going to punt it over again here at Atlanta. Man was downfield too quickly, Paul Reisig. That's the reason he got there, just be about a yard ahead of the football. Jets holding. Oh, look out here, and James, a good athlete. If he gets this away, he gets the award. He does not. He did very well. Denver did not get the ball inside the 20. John James goes up, fields the ball with one hand, and Steve Watson fields it. Makes the hit on James, and there's another penalty marker down.
A big turnover in the ball game, and it comes from a rookie, Steve Watson, out of Temple. He's a free agent.
Decline. Yard line of Atlanta with the game tied 10-all in the 3rd period. 9:28 to play. They go to the run. Here's Jensen, the big back, takes it down to the 15-yard line. Second back through is Lytle. Not much there. He did get a couple down to the 13-yard line. Weiss is going to pitch. He's got a man there. Rick Upchurch takes it, puts those 2 feet down, and gets the first down. Reception at the 7-yard line of Atlanta. They might be coming.
He tries that bootleg again.
He calls his own number again, and Norris Weiss is down to the 2-yard line. You recall that went for the first touchdown of the game on it. Denver's first possession when they drove 88 yards off the opening kickoff. Denver challenging at the 2-yard line, and Weiss calls another bootleg, and Weiss is into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos.
Thank you very much. He's calling plays exceptionally well with this man's ability doing the execution. But you look at Glassick come out. He grabs a hold of Lawrence and says, "Come here, big fella, let my quarter."
17-10 lead. We have 7:11 left to play in the third quarter. When we come back, the Falcons, looking down at the moment, will have the ball back. 5 yards. Francis has caught the big yardage plays. He has 4 receptions for 68. Bartkowski takes a look. He's looking at Jenkins. Three hands Alfred Jenkins has.
That's the best throw he's made all day. A little bit, got it over the head of a linebacker. There were 4 people in the area. Look at that. He had to get it over Gradishar, who's in a perfect position. Foley's coming back in. Lewis Wright's on attack. Look, it doesn't look like there's any play here. It was a big time to make a big play, and they put it together.
Alfred Jenkins was out last year with a broken collarbone, and now the Falcons start to move the ball at Denver with the run. This is Patton, a Georgia running back, moving the ball inside the 40. And again, we have a penalty marker down that stops the clock with 12:27 to play in the game.
Coming back again.
Yep. They've been tough late.
Right side of the line. Offense.
Right from a deficit now on first down. Would be throwing. Goes to Andrews, and Don Latimer, the middle guard for the Denver Broncos, red. Had an arm out, and he got Andrews. Latimer's played well. But you don't know, because we've got a ways to go yet. 11:52 to play. 17-10 Denver leads as Bartkowski sprints out and looks deep. Jenkins is out there, but the ball is overthrown. The barefoot kicker from A&M. Bartkowski now has got to throw it long just to get a first down. He needs 17. He takes a look. The guy jumped right over him. He throws hard, but not nearly enough. He only got back the lost yardage to be 4th and 10.
And now with 25 yards to go, I don't think they have a play in their repertoire. They're going to try it.
He's open. Didn't get the first down, Alfred Jenkins. Defense was playing so deep, he took him down a little.
No, but he got it to where he's got 4th down and 5 yards to go.
4th down and 5 for the Falcons. They trail 17-10 in the fourth quarter. 10:37 to play in it. Bartkowski gets time, and it's incomplete. He was looking at Francis, who was turning in. Jenkins was in the same area. The rush was strong. Foley was covering, and so the Denver defense holds, and the Broncos, leading by 7, take over the ball.
Denver now has the ball. Looked like a 4-through. He had nowhere to go.
And now the Broncos go to the clock control, ball control game. Although that play lost 2 yards, they go to the run. 2nd down and 11 now for the Broncos. They have a 17-10 lead in the fourth quarter. Stands in, lets it rip long. Dolbin is out there. What a pair of hands. Jack Dolbin catches the football.
Well, as I said, I didn't think they'd throw the ball. They do. It's good for about 52 yards, and you expect Denver to run the ball. It's their pattern. Weiss is going back. Miller is calling the plays, however. He throws a pretty good pass, but Dolbin makes a great reception. Man. A one-on-one situation, all quarterbacks want to go down the field.
He's running the ball. Jensen has the most. 3rd down and a short 5. Weiss looks. People turn out. Throws it away. Row C. Weiss said, "Hey, I wasn't moving the team. That's all right. I'm going to try to move next time out." Here's the field goal attempt. Turner leans into it and drills it through. Is it wide?
Oh, it's wide.
It's wide. Well, the Falcons aren't done yet. With 7:30 left to play, they'll get back the ball. Good point. 2nd down and 10. Bartkowski, moving pocket. He better set up. He lets her go.
Oh, my goodness.
Wallace Francis extends those hands, catches the football, moves across the 35-yard line, and he has a first down for Atlanta. 16-22 now. Bartkowski pitch back. Ricky Patton tries to turn the corner. And those tough cornerbacks who have to submarine the sweep blocking. That was Foley who came in, upended the blocker and the ball carrier. About a free agent, David Studdard, who's a starter now. And here is Bartkowski. There is the long ball. Francis is out there. So are a lot of Broncos up in the air. Nearest to it on the final play was Larry Evans, a linebacker who can run. He's downfield with the wide receivers in the corners. Velez back at his 10-yard line as James hit the ball about the 15. It's another good one. Coverage is down.
That ball hit somebody. I don't know, but it took a funny bounce.
Often. And one who fumbles the least is in the game for the first time. Larry Canada comes in to run the ball. It's for Denver. Rob Lytle turns wide. Frank Reed comes up and plays the run. A strong safety up on the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's everybody in the house figures Denver's going to run. Now, they've
Game 17-10. Long ball. Boy, Bartkowski's got a gun. Jenkins is out there. He's got the football. Alfred Jenkins took the football away. I don't believe it. They'll have you up and screaming here, John. But
well, this crowd has been very quiet since the end of the third quarter because they count on people to come up with big plays. He's done it a little. He did it one time earlier in the ball game. But look at this throw. Jenkins is going down the field, and he's right in the middle. Steve Foley's got the play all the way. Somehow Jenkins gets the ball to pop up a little bit. Jenkins comes down with it, and Atlanta's got it on the 24.
Gives the big play with Bartkowski, and now the Falcons are challenging. They're up and standing and cheering here at Atlanta. The give goes, and the run isn't for much. As the Broncos again fill nicely on defense. Ricky Patton's getting a lot of calls now, as Denver came in thinking they could stop William Andrews, and for the most part they've done it, excepting the first series of downs when Atlanta had the ball and went for a touchdown. To the left. Dennis Pearson is wide to the right. Three-man rush. They give Bartkowski time into the end zone. Francis, touchdown Falcons! What a football game.
You didn't even have to look for the receiver in the end zone. When Bartkowski saw it, he reacted so fast to throwing it just on the perfect break. Francis made a break against the double coverage. He came open just long enough. Bartkowski was following him the whole way. 17-16, Mazzetti's job is to tie it up.
A number of times, every time by the end of the game, they reduce you to a screaming, blithering idiot.
You can tell he's looking. You can tell before you see the receiver come open that Bartkowski knows he's got him if he gets it there in time. Francis runs a great pattern. Defense doesn't quite make it. I don't know when it's going to stop in Atlanta, but I don't think these people care if it ever happens.
Games with a good hold, and we have a tie football game with 1:51 left to play.
I told you the fans are with you, win or tie. They did get to a tie.
I tell you, they are something, these guys. And so is Denver, and they're going to get the ball back with 1:51 to go. 12. The ball at the 17-yard line, 16-yard line. Weiss throws, takes a look down the middle. Haven Moses is open and catches the ball and loses it. Free football. It might tell it's ruled an incomplete pass.
I think that's what they will do.
Wow. Field position with 52 seconds to play. Here it is, John.
Well, they're trying to make a big play. He's got the ball across the first down line. Moses comes up with an awful lot of big plays, but Rick Bias ripped the ball out of his grasp. And as he came down, they thought it was a fumble. However, the officials sitting in a much better place to see it as Frank Reed ran it in.
Took it in for the go-ahead points. Atlanta rallied back with Bartkowski throwing to Wallace Francis for the tying touchdown. And now Atlanta looks for the field goal. Here's the rush. Bartkowski drills the ball. First down inside the 35 into the 34. And the clock is stopped at 37 seconds. Atlanta calls a timeout. That's first down and 10. Falcons, time of the essence, 37 seconds to play. Still coming with a three-man rush. Bartkowski's got time. He's got a man open. Wallace Francis again. He's all the way down to the 13-yard line.
I'll tell you, that's doing it.
Tied the game, and now Tim Mazzetti, the famous free agent place kicker, is trying a field goal that could win the game. It's on the way, and it's not good. The Denver Broncos signal it is wide. So we could go to overtime. We have 17 seconds on the regulation clock, and this game could go to overtime. Earlier, Jim Turner was wide with a field goal.
You didn't even have to watch the ball. You can watch his reaction. It's close, but it's outside all the way. Mazzetti knows he didn't get it quite as cleanly as he would like. This baby's going to go into overtime.
Weiss can let it rip. He's going to throw the home run ball. Bias intercepts. This isn't over yet. He's got to run it. He's got some blockers.
Got to run it in, though.
Didn't do it. Out of bounds. We go to overtime in Atlanta as regulation ends with the Denver Broncos 17, the Atlanta Falcons 17.
A lot of big plays that didn't have anything to do with throwing the ball. So both sides have played very well, and it's been very entertaining.
While it is in the air.
This is an important part of an overtime. The coin
You
toss.
won the toss.
Yes, sir. Take that football, Bill Thompson
Won the
says.
toss and will receive. Good luck.
Can't score without it.
Now, it's interesting, John, you look at the history of games in overtime, the team that gets possession first often wins them. Coming out pitching. Coming out running. He's got plenty. Norris Weiss is ahead for 8 yards to the 36-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Is out wide to the left. Haven Moses in the slot, and they go to the run straight up the middle. Broncos looking to grind out the first down. It appears that Canada straight ahead got it. 3 this season. Cleveland's come from behind. Weiss looks, timing pattern in the flat. Haven Moses has the football. Tries to turn upfield against Rick Bias, cannot. About 4 for Denver. Overtime. We're in overtime at Atlanta at 17-17. Weiss swings, throws. Ball is caught for a first down by Haven Moses. That same pattern you were talking about. 7 for the Broncos. Weiss takes a look in the flat. The hard hit is put on Rob Lytle, but there was yardage on the play for the Broncos as they have the ball down to the 40-yard line of Atlanta. Weiss gets time, throws, caught, first down. Haven Moses again, and he's not done yet. Haven Moses is all the way down to the 11-yard line.
I think we may have given you the wrong score. We'll get to that in a second. But anyway, Haven Moses makes a big play, and we will notice both field goal kickers have missed an important kick in this game. If you can get that baby in the end zone, no kick is necessary. Let's take a look at excellent camera coverage. Riley Odom's trying to clean out so Moses has a place to look back to the quarterback and see a direct line. Odoms helps out after Moses catches the ball, and he makes a great big play almost down to the 10-yard line.
2nd and 8 for the Broncos. Straight ahead run. They get a little bit more. Jim Jensen takes the ball down to the 8-yard line. Get 2 each team in overtime in regular season. That's going to do it. That will be the football game. The Denver Broncos win it as Jim Turner drives through a sudden death field goal. After missing one earlier, Jim Turner delivers in the clutch, and the Denver Broncos win their 2nd game of the year. And the Atlanta Falcons, who fought them for 4 quarters and more, go down to their first defeat after 2 straight wins.